trust God to judge you, and it's my business to forgive you, to dismiss the debt, to free you. And then I hope we can reconcile. I hope we can restore our broken relationship so that we can live together in joy, in peace, and in harmony. Victor Hugo had a tremendous grasp of forgiveness, of God's grace. In his outstanding book, Les Miserables, Victor Hugo portrays Jean Valjean as a man who went to prison for 19 years for stealing a loaf of bread. Upon release from prison, Jean Valjean had no place to go. He had no money, he had no food, no lodging. But a very kind bishop and his sister took him in for the night. Late that night, Jean Valjean stole the silverware from the bishop and ran away. Early the next morning, the soldiers who had caught Jean Valjean brought him back to the door of the bishop, knocked on the door. They were sure that Jean Valjean was a thief. They were expecting to throw him into prison for the rest of his life and slam the door shut on him. But when the bishop opened the door, he looked into the face of Jean Valjean and says, "Jean Valjean, you forgot the candlesticks." And then he says to the soldiers, "He didn't steal anything. I gave him this as a gift, this silver, but he forgot the candlesticks." And then he says to Jean Valjean after the soldiers have left, "Never forget this. Never, never forget this. I have bought you back to be an honest man." The grace, the forgiveness that Jean Valjean experienced from that bishop radically melted his granite heart and will. Jean Valjean was tough. Nobody beat him physically. Jean Valjean was tough psychologically. Nobody could break him down. But confronted by the amazing grace of God, of Christ, expressed through that bishop, his granite heart melted. He repented. And he became an honest man. He became a man who understood that the purpose of my life is to work hard and then to help other people, to be generous to others, to give to others. And that is what a follower of Christ is. A follower of Christ is someone who understands that the heart of the cosmos is a God who really does love you and me, so much so that when we rebelled against him and went our own way, instead of washing his hands of us and discarding us, he sent his only Son, Jesus Christ, on a rescue mission to pull us back into, to invite us back into an eternal love relationship with him, the living God. Now, when God loves you, you have to make a decision. You either respond to that love by melting and loving him, or else you just remain hard and reject that love. I plead with you. Choose to respond by melting in the face of his love. Ask him for forgiveness, put your faith and trust in him, and commit your life to him.